This is a copy of my brand new children's book, The Miraculous Busy Billy. And this story details where a bee named Billy is pretty much faced with a lot of criticism in his hive. This is my dedication here to my grandmother and also to all the young kids out there that are going through similar situations that Billy has gone through. And pretty much he has been able to develop and maintain a strong spiritual connection with the Most High, which he is joked and mocked for. But it's by way of this connection when the beaver hive is in trouble, it's Billy who has to step in to save the day. And he does that by, like I said, asking the angels to forgive everyone in his beehive. And he also brings others to spirituality as well to pray, just as he's done. So I feel this is a great book that will encourage and inspire children to continue to being their most authentic selves and being faithful and obedient to the Most High when faced with adversity. This is a great and positive read for your children, a great way to introduce spirituality to them. So make sure you go ahead and check out my book. It's available on Amazon for purchase via my website and my YouTube. Thank you, and I hope you and your kids enjoy. Be blessed.
My book, Steps Towards Reinventing Yourself, is available now on Amazon. Check link below in description box and community board.
Hello, my divine kings and queens. I am back to do another video. Today we're going to be talking about the process that you have to go through before you step into the promises that God has for you. And a lot of times we hear things, we hear people talk about it, you got to go through the suffering, before you can experience success. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through your lows before you experience the highs. Sometimes it ain't always about having certain things in your life that other people may deem as valuable, or materialistic, tangible things, the things that people, that mankind will give you a pat on the back for. Some things, like I say, you can be in the physical, you can be rich, but you can be spiritually poor. And there's a lot of people that are spiritually poor that are lost souls in this world. You get what I'm saying? Why? Because they choose not to heed to the warnings. They choose not to learn the lessons. Everybody has free will. You cannot force someone to grow up. You cannot force someone to, at the end of the day, recognize the error of their ways and say, you know what? I messed up here. I got some issues here. I need to fix them. Some people don't want to go through that process. So they don't experience the promises that God had for them. So then they say, you know what? All my life just been hard. It's just been a struggle. Y'all keep talking about God. I hear some people, say up in the comments, you keep talking about this, but it didn't come through yet. I don't do readings. I tell you what the truth is based on experiences that chosen ones go through in this world. If you learn the lessons, if you go through the process, if you do the work, right, you will step into what God has for you. And see, a lot of the times when I tell you, we all had to go through that transition period as chosen ones. It's not an easy thing that we had to go through. That is not easy. Being beat down, being manipulated by those who at the end of the day was supposed to love us. First of all, we got beat down by those who said they was kinfolk. That's the worst type of pain that you can go through when you just wow, family's supposed to have family back. Yet it was family who sat up here and was bullies to me before I experienced the real bullies in the street. Had family sat up here and partnered up and was cahoots with some of these bullies up in the street. Sat up here and looked at me. All my life I felt like there was something wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? Something's so wrong with me. Like, what's wrong with me? And you're gonna tell me that I experienced all this because people was deep down inside was insecure, because of that deep-rooted insecurity and jealousy and envy, that's what caused them to look at me the way that they did, take things that I did and blow it up out of proportion, run my name through the street like it was nobody's business, sit up here and talk about me behind my back, look at me in my face, not speak to me when they see me in the street, but laughing at the things that they heard that I done been through. But see what I'm saying? When you go through the process, before you step into the promise, right? You had to know what that felt like. Ain't none of them right. They know that. That's why they sit back. They ain't gonna bother you no more. Some people, like I say, they'll get so up in their feels about why you don't want to deal with them no more, why you excommunicate them, why you backed up. But let me tell you something. When you go through what you go through and you going through that hell and you had to suffer and had to go without, you say it puts you in this mindset of saying, if I had to go through the struggle alone, I can handle anything by myself. I came in this world by myself. I'm going to leave by myself. So there is things that we had to go through. We had to go through a process. We had to go through a process with friends. It was all a transition period. You wouldn't believe me if I told you it was a transition period. You wouldn't believe me if I told you, I said before this happened, we seen signs of what it is that we was going to go through, right? And we didn't know what we were seeing. We were seeing people's faces. We were seeing us going through a great ordeal. And we was like, dang, I hope I don't never have to go through that, right? That's what you were saying. He was like, dang, I hope I don't never have to go through that. And then boom, out of nowhere, you like, oh, hold on a second. I'm starting to see signs that I seen up in that dream. Oh man, then all hell, everything broke loose. You started losing things. Started losing some people. Things started falling down by the wayside. You had to let some things fall. And you said, you know what, wow, even in that period, you was just like, dang, like, is this stuff really coming to pass, what I seen? And then when it came to pass, you was like, dang, well, how I'm gonna get through it? How I'm supposed to get through this? I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? My credit shot, everything going loose, everything, people needing me. You had choices. You had decisions that you had to make, right? Nothing could have prepared you for this, but this is how I'm telling you. Sometimes when God knows what you made of, and he just been playing with you, I'm talking about taking it easy with you. You feel me what I'm saying? Then he just got to throw you up in that fire because he know what you made of, but he knows it's gonna take something to bring it up out of you. You understand what I'm saying? So that you recognize who you are. That's why you had to go through the what? The process. You had to go through that process of elimination. You had to go through that process of elimination of eliminating people out of your life, right? You had to go through that process of walking away from people, not because you the weak link, because they were. For the moves, the actions that they took against you, weak. That's a weak move. To sit up here and slight somebody because you ain't man and woman enough to tell them to their face that you don't like them. Snake them behind their back. Talk about them behind their back. Because you ain't man and woman enough to do it to their face. You ain't man and woman enough to just leave them the hell alone if you don't like them. Who keeps being and dwelling in somebody else's energy that they don't like? Oh, but you had to go through the process of realizing you got some spiritually poor people. Just as sure as they spiritually poor, they're spiritually weird, off, imbalanced. You would have never known none of that. Whole bunch of terminology, words, phrases, whole bunch of stuff. God had to put you up on game, opened you up to a whole new world, a whole new way of being, of moving. You had to get in that process of really getting back and getting deep into your spiritual, into your prayer. You became a prayer warrior. You said, you know what? Wow, like, I didn't understand it back then when I was knee deep up in it and I was going through the process. You understand what I'm saying? Because I was losing things, God. I was losing things and you saw where I was losing. You saw where I was down. But at the end of the day, you had your hand over me. You was protecting me because you understood that once I got through this process, you was going to deliver me and take me to the next level of my life so I could start experiencing the promises that you had made to me. The promises that you intended to keep, to do right by me. One thing about it, people failed me. God never failed me, but people did. God never fumbled me, but people did. God ain't never broke my heart. He healed it when people broke it. I'm going to tell you something about when you going through that process. Like, it really brought the beast up out of you. Because at the end of the day, people really tried you because they didn't know how to respect you. They didn't know what to do with someone like you. And I know that I've used that example before. I've used that example before from the movie with Quasimodo, right? And people making you feel the way that they made him feel. His own mother didn't want him because he was like I said, he was disfigured. You know what I'm saying? Taken in by someone who was, like I said, in this day and age, what you call him? He called him master. And I don't remember the man's name, you know, Frito, whatever his name was, but kept him isolated. You see these movies like with Tangled and The Hunchback of Notre Dame, where it's these people who try to overpower you because they feel like they are bigger than you. And a lot of people, like I said, they see that on you. But you think because they see that on you that they're supposed to do right by you. You think because they see that on you that they won't joke you or whatever the case may be. They say about people's spirit when it's just when it's just evil, right? I'm saying a lot of people trying to make you feel like Quasimodo. And one of the things that you realize, like, it's like he was in a world of darkness. He was closed off from the world. He felt like the world wouldn't accept him, so he didn't go out in it. He didn't try to participate in it because it's like, why would I? No one's going to accept me. All my life, I've been bullied. All my life, I've been torn down. All my life, I've been a hustler. Yet I've never been able to sit back and enjoy the fruits of my labor. It's always been something I had to take care of by my lonely. Always been me. I don't know what that feel like to have my hand. I have somebody just tell me, rent paid. Don't worry about nothing. You know what? You done paid all the bills. Let me take you on a trip. Let me go do this for you. And then to take it up a notch, you had people who's working together, sending people your way to tell them, hey, break this person down. It's something about your spirit where people know if I break your spirit, right? I could break your spirit. I could break your mind. Because if you get that back regulated and you get in sync and you get in alignment with what God wants for you and what he's trying to tell you. So you can't get in alignment when everything is all out of whack, when your energy is out of place. Your mind is out of place. Your spirit is out of place. When you get everything in order, see, in order to get everything in order, you had to go through a process of elimination. You had to go through a process of realization. You had to go through a process of healing, a process of losing. Everything is a process for you to step into these promises that God had for you. Because some people really had you messed up. You know what I'm saying? They really had you messed up, because I don't understand why people had to take it there with you. Why people had to take it there with you? Why? What was the purpose? What do people get out of talking about you behind your back when you're not around? Do it make them feel better about themselves? Because I'm going to tell you, all of them weak and pathetic to even do it when you're not around. I'm going to tell you that right now. People were so weak and childish and immature, it's not even funny. I don't even think they would take accountability for some of the things that they did to you in the past, that they think that you forgot about. Grouping up, getting people to come on to some place and go this and talk about you right in front. I mean, people did it nasty. They did it so nasty, man. There's so much out there about your name, so much out there about your situation, so much out there about your story, but ain't nothing out there that would place these people in a position, right, to say, hey, we deserve to be in your life. How? No, what you deserve. And people earned every right to be out of your life. People earned every right for you to excommunicate them, to get them up out of your life because they were draining you. But what you don't realize is, and the reason why I tell you don't focus on what is the purpose and why it happened, because it wasn't happening to you. It was happening for you. They got a kick out of making you feel ugly. They got a kick out of sitting up here and talking about your shortcomings and your downfalls. Because they hated you so. They hated what was in you. They hated your spirit. You got to understand how when you look at things from a spiritual lens and not a physical lens, when these people, like I tell you, are spiritually poor, so they empty vessels, they're empty souls. When they see someone who is fulfilled within themselves, and even you got to have what someone else got, you fulfilled within yourself. If I get something and I come up on something, what do I look like sitting up here posting it on the gram for people who already know ain't finna be happy for me anyway? For you, these people ain't happy for you. They didn't want you to step into it. They had a hand in delaying it. See, that's what people don't realize. Social media is a drug. It is a drug. It becomes addicting. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, somewhere in it deep down inside of you, you still not healed. If you feel the need that, oh, you know, I ain't have it before, so now that I got it, everybody and their mama got to know I have, because you know what? I'm the man, I'm the woman now. For what? For 1 million some likes? I'm just saying, like, I get you crack the code. That's what come along with the territory, especially if you're famous, you're in the industry, you got to do what you got to do. But you also have to do what you have to do for your energy as well. So all I'm saying is, you know, and understanding everything that you went through, everything is what got you to this point and thinking the way that you think. A lot of people try to get you up off your path. You had to realize that. You had to go through a process of elimination. You had to realize, you know what? This person wasn't for me. Well, why are they not for you? Now God tested. Well, why are they not for you? I see God, like I said, being your mentor, being your teacher. This is what I'm telling you, was backed by an unlimited power source. So it didn't matter the people that you lost. It didn't matter the money that you lost. God say, listen, the promise that I have for you, you were never supposed to live a life of lack. You was never supposed to be impoverished or down this bad. But you know what? I'm gonna see how I can make this work for you. While you're down and these people think that they got the power, I want you to go through the process and I want you to learn a couple things. I'm gonna orchestrate a couple of lessons for you to learn. Because see, these lessons is what's gonna lead you towards your blessings, baby. Let me tell you something. These people broke the code, you broke the cycle, and you stepped right on to your blessings. And that's why Mary had a little lamb fleeces white snow play with it. They tried to make you feel like it was something so wrong with you when they didn't have to do that. You somebody's child. I guess they forgot that you was somebody's child, and God don't play about his. He stepped through for you. It didn't matter what you did. See, he don't play about you. I don't know about your ones in the physical, but I'm talking about in the spiritual. They don't play about you. He don't play about you. You somebody's child. I don't care what you've done. I don't care what sins you committed. You're still my child at the end of the day. Everybody deserves a chance. Everybody deserves a chance at redemption. Because if he did it for you, he did it for you after everything that people said about you, after where they left you, he still did it for you. What they say about you and what they say about these people. He still did it for you. Did he not? He said, grab my hand. Grab my hand. Did he like I said, going back, like I said, people try to make you feel like Quasimodo, trying to make you feel like he was ugly. Look at all these years that he was torn, pulled back from the world. He didn't even want to go out into the world, experience anything, and he didn't want to do it. Because people broke him down so bad. His own master. Some of these people, like I said, your own master, your own family. I'm not fixated on family. Oh, but they played a big part in it before anybody else had a hand. That's facts. Then you talk about, you take into account family, then outsiders, then colleagues, then these relationships, situationships. It's like you was catching hell on all ends. You was being punished because of the promises that God had for you. The devil wanted you to give up, wanted you to fold. God spoke life back into you so you can continue to do what you needed to do. Because he's your mentor and he molded you. And he showed you, look, be quiet, look. When I get you from here, God had to get you away, get you out the way so that he can deal with who? Deal with these people. All they were doing and thinking that they were setting you up was setting themselves up to receive karma. While he was setting you up to receive the blessings and the promises that he had for you. You deserve it. It could have been you somewhere homeless. It could have been you somewhere with no food to eat, no shoes on your feet. Bills need to be paid, but you ain't got the money coming through to pay them. Trying times that you go through, don't you, being chosen. And then on top of that, people trying to make your life hell when all you trying to do is make a living for yourself. Pushing your back up against the corner, don't even understand they brought the beast up out of you because they should have left you the hell alone because you wasn't in the right mind space. You wasn't able to handle all that was coming your way. People were so stupid, so ignorant, trying to laugh at something they need to even be laughed at. But if somebody did it to them or did it to their child, they ready to come through with all sixes on their forehead. They wanted to break you. This is why people, but keyword what I say they, because see, they knew what was on you. They knew they couldn't come at you one-on-one. They had to go ahead and get up in the group. So that should also go to tell you who you are. They couldn't get you they couldn't come at you. No, this ain't no fair fight if we get them just a one-on-one fight. We got to come at them as a group. But who the weakest link? You still on that stage. God still placed you on stages that you never thought that you would be a part of. Placed you in rooms. Had your name in people's mouths that were prominent figures in the world. Never thought that you would cross paths with these people. Never thought these people would acknowledge you for who you are and what they say about you. If they had to group up and get up with groups, what they say about you. All of this are questions you was being asked. From lessons that you had to learn while you was going through what? The process. I'm so sorry they had to make you feel like that for all of us. They really don't know how bad it was for you. They really don't know you was really fighting for your mind, boy. And in the midst of you fighting for your mind, you sat up here and you had to eat A whole lot of things when it came to these fake friends of yours. And when it came to these fake family members of yours. When it came to them struggles, because you said, boy, listen, I'm too good to be going through these struggles I'm going through like this. But like I say, it's a process before the promise. Process before the promise. When you go through that transition period, boy, it look like you ain't about to make it out. Boy, you can't tell the forest from the trees. You don't know if you're going to come. You don't know if you alive or dead. But all you know is God is giving you the strength to get what? To get through the process. All you know is he giving you the strength to blowing life into you and telling you to keep walking. And he's giving somehow, some way you kept walking. Somehow, some way your mind stayed where it needed to be to get you some. I'm trying to tell you something. I'm trying to tell you something. So many people up in your life broke the code. So that I told you leave them right there, because you ain't an ugly person. You ain't a dumb person. You ain't what these people say you are. Let me just do what I'm about to do for you. And he cleared the path for you. But in him clearing the path, you still had to go through the process. What people didn't understand is that they was on the outside looking in. They thought you was failing while you was going through that process. They thought they had it in the bag while you was going through that process. They thought you was always going to be there when you go through the process. They'll always look down on you, have their foot on you, be able to trump on you, be able to call you the weakling, be able to say you naive, flunky, all that type of stuff. Didn't understand you was going through a process that God intended to turn around in your favor so you could step into the promises that he had for you. Quasimodo didn't even want to take account of, I think when he had saved the town or whatever the case may be, it was Esmeralda that asked him to grab her hand. In the midst of you leaving people behind, so many ways where God took you, you met real friends, people who acknowledged you and loved you for your spirit, and would never, ever, ever mess up the opportunity to be in your life. They hold that. And they take that, like I say, they take that very serious, because they know people like you is hard to come by. You're too real for the world. Too real for the world. And you're too valuable to the kingdom of God to be taken out at the hands of these evil people who thought that they had it in the bag. They never did, is what they're realizing. And they're realizing why God got you out the way and got you away. Spread your wings and fly. And wherever he take you and wherever you land, lay your roots there. That's your new cycle. That's your new phase. That's your new life. And you've earned every bit of it. You paid for it. With all that hell that you had to endure. How people looked at you, ignored you. I mean, did some real crazy things, boy. They don't want to speak of because they don't want to take accountability for it, because they can't make sense of why they did what they did. But let it go. Get it out your heart. Get it out your mind. Get it out your soul. Don't waste no more time. Don't give no more time or no power to these people, because it was supposed to happen, because I just told you. You had to go through a process. So Quasimodo grabbed Esmeralda's hand and allowed her to take him and pull him into the light. And you know, it was a feeling, right? All these people love me. I mean, unadulterated, unfiltered, raw. Me. You love me for me. They love you for you. Because right is right, wrong is wrong. Right is right, wrong is wrong. I'm so sorry. Right is right, wrong is wrong. I'm so sorry. Right is right, wrong is wrong. A good person is a good person. A bad person is a bad person. If you rotten, you rotten. You evil, you evil. You did something bad, you did something bad. Own it, accept it. But understand what comes on with their territory. Still yet in the end, some people ain't going to stop to the very end, thinking that they can still yet do something to you. And that's when they're going to meet their fate and understand that that was something that they should have let go, but it's too late. When God has his hand over your life and he is protecting you, and he says, I need you to get through this process because it's something that I need you to see, something valuable that I need you to see while you're on this path, while you're going through this process. And what you didn't understand is, just as sure as your enemies thought they was setting you up for failure, God was preparing you for success. in front of the whole world for everybody to see. When Quasimodo stepped up out of the darkness into the light, and he saw how many people favored him and loved him, congratulated him, lifted him up, watching the whole thing go down, they knew who was the rotten ones and who was the good ones. You see how God set this up? All you're just telling you to do, just walk. You're going to be able to line people's actions up with the fruit of the Spirit. You're going to know who was sent to get you up off your path and who was sent to keep you on there and help you get further. You're going to understand who you are. You're going to understand the things that I need you to do. All of this while you're going through this process. Understand whatever it is that you got to pay for. You're going to have the resources to do it. It's going to come right back to you tenfold. God's speed in multitude. You have so much spiritual backing and protection around you till it's not even funny. I really don't know where people got off thinking that mess was funny before, but I guarantee you they ain't laughing now. You educating a lot of people. You even educating your enemies. Play with it. Like I say, process before the promise. And it was a beautiful feeling to finally be where God had always said that you would be. It's like it was like a dream come true. Peace and happiness, restoration, stability is your promise. Love, partnerships is your promise. You just had to go through the process in order to get there. You had to go through the process in order to get to the promise. He got you away. You stepped away. You walked away. And you stepped right into your blessings. A beautiful transition. I mean, nobody could have done it better. I commend you. I commend you. I tell you, many are called, few are chosen. A lot of people gave up along the way, but you kept going. Like I said, you not the weakest link. Y'all remember that show, The Weakest Link? You still was standing on the stage, and they had to keep going back. Confirmation. They had to keep going back. My God, this person just won't die. Some people fell off and said, man, I'm finna hang this up. This stupid. This a suicide mission. It's a suicide mission. Why we gonna keep investing in a dead-end situation that's not going to give us a return of investment? The return of investment was to see you dead. Yeah. Return of investment would have been to see you somewhere miserable while they up. I don't know what you up. I mean, who wants to be up just so they could look down on other people? Just be up. Just be up there. Just be up there with your cars, with your house, with your money. If you want to give back, give back. But why want to do all of that just to see that, just to look down on somebody else? Because as sure as you get it, you can lose it. Then what? Then what? People got to watch their step. They got to watch how they move. It's always somebody watching you. It's always somebody who want to take your spot. Always somebody who want to be you. It's always somebody who's going to be better. That's why I say get in where you fit in. Ride your own wave. Be you. You get so much further in life. It's like a burden lifted up off your shoulders. Baby, you ain't care about no envy. Who? I'm me. Who? I'm doing what I want to do. Who is you? Ain't worried about you. So what I'm saying, like, it's things that you did, like you teach it so much by going through that fire. By going through that fire, you heard that. But sometimes you just gotta get thrown in the fire. Sometimes you just gotta just go and learn, just hands on. It made you tough. It made you strong. And now you're stepping into the promises that God has for you, and nobody can come in between that. They need to stop, because the only people that they hurting is themselves. You went through and did what you were supposed to do. So now it's time for you to get what you're supposed to get. That's the thing. They trying to delay that after you done already went through the process. No, that's not gonna happen. That's not how it's supposed to go down. You went through the process, and now you're stepping into the promises that God has for you. And I'm so proud of you. Stepping out of the darkness into the light. You finally get your just due. everything that you deserve. Everything that you was supposed to be receiving stepped into. I'm sorry it took so long. I'm sorry you had to fight so hard. I'm sorry you didn't see a way through when you was going through it. My God, I'm so sorry. I wish I could hug and kiss every single last one of you. I swear to God, we would have just been rolling and struggling together, scratching and surviving together. But you know what? You got to go through it sometimes in order to truly understand. Everybody ain't meant to come and tag along with you. Everybody ain't meant to be up in your life. Stop giving your energy away so freaking freely. Stop sitting up here and giving people the benefit of the doubt. It's your life out here. That's your money you worked hard for. A no is a no. I don't care if somebody need this, somebody need, because at the end of the day, if a person ain't gonna give it back to you, and then you got to sit up here, you learned a whole lot, boy. I'm trying to tell you, boy. They brought the beast about you. I'm telling you, people ain't ready for the new you. They ain't ready for the new you. Some people scared. They don't know what you gonna say. Because I'm telling you, they don't understand going through that struggle like that. Especially if they know they had a hand in putting you there. And then people was being phony, being all this type of stuff, trying to dangle you and keep you, you got to be quicker than that. Now what? Now you don't need nobody. Because now God, like I said, you backed by an unlimited power source. That's bigger than having the favor, the accolade, right? Or anything being granted to you by mankind. God is your mentor. When God is your teacher, he's going to be opening up doors, those type of doors for you, placing you on those type of stages, getting you on those type of levels. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, who really on the winning team? Who was really destined, like I said, to win and take and be a part of all these blessings and miracles, like I said, that God is trying to perform in your life? You was on the winning team the whole time. You just had to go through the process. And I'm sorry you had to struggle like that and people had to see you down like that. That's embarrassing. The things that people said, who it got to. That's why God told you don't even worry about stating your claim, everybody, because that mess is out there. All I'm about to do is just start clearing stuff out, making people look crazy. And while he's clearing things out and got you out the way and got you away, you stepped right into your blessings and the promises that he had for you. Now what they got to say? Half of them ain't got nothing to say. Half of them worry about their own struggles that they got to worry about now in this cycle, in this season, in this transition period. Same as you had to go through and worry about you. You had to worry about you. Had to cut people off. You had to worry about you. Had to do you. It is what it is. It's called life. It's called life. And you was on the right side with God. When things started getting shaky, you found yourself on the right side with God. And now you step into everything that he promised you because you dedicated your life back to him. I don't care how you're moving the wheel up there, how you're supposed to look, because you're worshiping all this type of stuff that people want to say that you're supposed to live and how you did this, that, and the third. It's your life, you doing you. If he's still getting you here after everything and all the judgment that was passed on you, what does it say again? Look at that. Don't look at what people, the judgment that was passed on you, what people saying even still to this day. Look at how he's still doing things for you. So what does that mean? Their opinions is irrelevant. You went through the process. Now you're stepping into the promises. And I'm proud of you. And I love you. I mean that. You forever got a sister in the front of me. You already know why I'm coming. And on that note, you already know what I'm about to say. You need a friend, you got it in me. You need love, you got it in me. You need inspiration, motivation, life example. You already know you got it in me. I'm your sister, I'm your friend. I come with that real, never that fake. I keep it 100 with you. I keep it a buck with you, okay? Continue to reach one, teach one, bring others to the JC gang. We ride together, we slide together. JC gang for life. Reach one, teach one, man. Reach one, teach one. Get these messages out there, okay? Continue to hold your head up high. Never let nobody see you sweat. I'm proud of you. And until next time, stay prayed up and be blessed. And I'm telling you, whatever these promises are, you're going to be shocked when you step up into them. Just go ahead and make sure that you reach out to me so we can talk about it. And make sure that you go ahead and get a copy of my book, Steps Towards Reinventing Yourself. The link is going to be in the description box below. Okay, make sure that you also go ahead and check out my children's book, Miraculous Busy Billy. I also have courses coming up for you guys in a new booking site. I am not taking any bookings right now, so please, please, please stop sending me money on PayPal. I will be letting you guys know once the website is up. I know, please be patient with me. Please be patient with me. Okay, I promise to have everything before the month of August. Before the month of August is out, I promise y'all gonna be able to book me again, okay? Just for right now, I'm not taking any more sessions, any bookings, okay? But make sure y'all go ahead and check out my book, my ActiveX line, okay? Once everything drop and I get my website up, you guys will be able to purchase sets from my ActiveX collection. So all that good stuff is coming in. Make sure that you check the community board for all updates. And until next time, I love y'all.